anchor, Avery Doan.
And I'm your co-anchor, Ryan Bokey.
There's been a lot of talk about the school expansion.
In addition to a new building, there will be a new parking lot where the trailer park is now.
For more about the expansion into the trailer park, we go to our reporter, Natalie Marner.
With the passing of the 3B bond measure, there has been a lot of excitement surrounding the school's renovation plans.
You know, the opportunities that were presented by 3A and 3B have been overwhelmingly positive for the school and the district. So teachers getting a salary increase felt really good to the staff to know that they were being honored in their profession. 3B means we get to take buildings like Eagle Valley High School and make them 21st century and give us the space we need to not only educate now but well into the future. And so I think the most of the sentiments that I hear back are about the incredible opportunities that are coming our way to make our school even better.
One change that has a lot of people talking, though, is the creation of a parking lot where the trailer park is currently located.
You know, it's been good and bad because it's exciting to be able to expand it, but there's also the sadness of those families that will need to find a new home. And so the district is doing everything we can to kind of help find them a new space for their mobile home, or to help them sell that and then give them some opportunities and money to support relocation costs, things like that.
The district and the school did not make the decision to acquire the trailer park and turn it into a parking lot lightly. They put a lot of time and effort trying to think of a solution that would benefit the most people.
We made that decision after several meetings. Actually, we meet, if not 2 times, sometimes 3 times a week with the architects and the land planners and district officials. And in looking at our property, there's literally no room left to expand to try and accommodate the size of building and the parking we would need for 1,300 students. So if you just think about where we are, really acquiring that land was our last and only option.
But how has this impacted the families who live there? We reached out to 10 families and students who live in the trailer park, but none of them felt comfortable commenting on the situation. However, Johnny Carrillo, one of our very own EVTV reporters, lives in the trailer park. And since no one else felt comfortable commenting, Johnny was willing to share his feelings on how the district's acquisition of his neighborhood will affect him.
It's gonna affect me because I've built a community here, I've friends with a lot of people here, and I want to plan on graduating here. I want to start taking college classes here, maybe even graduate with my associate's degree. I was all for the 3A and 3B, and I still am. I really like the thought of expanding the school and adding more to it. But it just really sucks that families are getting affected through this expansion.
This is a very sensitive topic, and specifics are still being negotiated. However, it is very clear that all parties are invested in a solution that is agreeable for everyone involved. This has been Natalie Marner. Back to you in the studio.
This is a sensitive topic in our community, and we appreciate learning more about the subject from our EVTV crew.
We all hear about students getting busted for student drug use, and not everyone knows the policies regarding it.
For more about the rules regarding student drug use, we go to our reporter, Jamie Rawlings.
A lot of you know about the use of drugs among people in this school. You might think it's a huge problem, but just how much of a problem is it? We talked to Mr. Mandeville and Deputy Tad to find out more.
I'm not sure how big of a problem people think it is. I mean, the drug use is representative of society, and since Colorado has moved to legalized medical marijuana, we started seeing more marijuana in schools, and now that the state's legalized it and it's much more available, we've seen an increase in students with marijuana in the school.
Many people are unaware of the rules regarding drugs on and off campus.
Well, obviously, any drug that's prohibited to be possessed by someone here at the school, they can't have it here. There are additional things, like if someone's distributing drugs at school, there are additional penalties and actually mandatory prison sentences for things like that.
So there's to be no tobacco by anyone on any school grounds, nationally. And it's typically posted that even if you're an adult, you can't have tobacco on campus.
Many people who are legally allowed to possess tobacco keep it in their cars during the day, but little do people know that is still breaking the law.
There's a state law about possession of tobacco products on school property, and it's still illegal. So even if they're 18 and can legally buy cigarettes or nicotine vapes or whatever and leave it, it's still technically illegal.
So because the majority of our students are under the age of 21, drugs and alcohol are not allowed on campus unless a student has a prescription. in which case they need to check that in with the nurse's office, the nurse station.
Drug paraphernalia is also almost as bad as having the drugs themselves, and thus is not ever allowed on campus.
So if it's something that has to do with marijuana, it's whether they have the substance, whether they're under the influence, or they have paraphernalia, it's a 5-day out-of-school suspension for the first offense.
Together, we can make EVHS a safe and drug-free zone. So do your part to keep drugs away from and out of school, and more importantly, out of your body. This has been Jamie Rawlings. Back to you in the studio.
It is helpful to know the rules and consequences of student drug use. Under pressure, pushing down on me, under pressure.
Avery, what are you doing?
Singing! The school's a cappella group has got me singing.
Well, with more about the a cappella group, we go to a reporter, Alondra Escobar.
Do you know about our a cappella group?
A cappella group? No, I've not heard of the a cappella group.
No. Your a cappella group. I knew you guys had like a singing group, but I didn't know about your a cappella group.
No.
No.
No. No.
No.
No.
No.
No, I don't.
Our a cappella group, Mad Melodies, was off to a slow start this year, but as time progressed, their talent became known.
I don't know. We've gotten a lot better than we were like before, like at the beginning of the year, just because like Miss Diener's helped us a lot, and like getting like the team dynamic it's definitely changed. Like we're a pretty like close knit team, and I think that you guys should come to like all of our concerts and stuff and like see us perform because it's going pretty well.
I found out about acapella last year, but I was too like nervous to audition because I didn't think I would make it in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it my junior year. And then I had softball, and she was like, well, that probably won't work. So then I started this semester.
Singing has always been something that I loved, and I think it's really cool to be able to work with other people to create sounds other than what instruments can make. It definitely takes a lot more physical exertion than people think. It's whole body. It requires a certain posture and different muscles. It's not just your vocal cords, it's all the way down in your gut, and it takes a lot of work.
We talked to Ms. Diener to gain some insight on how the Mad Melodies started.
Well, first, when I came here, this being new, my first year, Mr. Sheehy had started this group, and he had asked me, would that be something I'd be interested in continuing? And I said yes. Students approached me about it. And as we've gone on, we've collected more and more students joining in the group after listening to the students perform.
It would be mad of you to not go and listen to their melodies. This has been Alondra Escobar. Back to you in the studio.
Wow, so much hard work and dedication goes into the a cappella group.
Yeah, they sing some pretty catchy tunes.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. See you next week on
EVTV!